Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa. Welcome to episode 279 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe on your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. The big game out last week was EA Sports Football Club 25, and the games coming out this week include Predator Hunting Grounds, Throne and Liberty, Damakira, Prison of Illusion, Spot the Differences Party, Cryptmaster, Kill Knight, Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream, MechWarrior 5 Clans, Balatron Galaxy, Johnny Trigger, Scaltfold Into the Fray, NHL 25, SpongeBob SquarePants The Patrick Star Game, and Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. Now on to last week's biggest news stories, and we have 4 to cover this week. Number 1, Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2024, all reveals and Game Pass announcements. Heidi Nicholas at Drew Achievements writes, the Xbox 24 Game Show 2024 showcase featured a number of deep dives, updates, release dates, and Game Pass announcements. Good thing too is we hadn't heard much in the way of Game Pass drops before all the major upcoming Game Pass games start arriving later this year. The Xbox team packed a lot into the broadcast, so we've rounded up and consolidated all the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2024 announcements here in one place. Their bulleted list is as follows. We had a number of surprise Game Pass announcements with We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie joining Game Pass. Likewise, another surprise addition was All You Need Is Help joining Game Pass 2. Continuing the Game Pass chaos, 2 Square Enix RPGs were added, with both Trials of Mana and Legends of Mana joining Game Pass. Following the earlier rumors, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster launched on Xbox. We had a first look at the new expansion coming to Age of Mythology Retold, Immortal Pillars, inspired by Chinese mythology. A limited time Overwatch 2 and My Hero Academia collaboration was announced for October 15th through the 28th. Microsoft confirmed that StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 will join Game Pass in November. The Fallout 76 team confirmed Camp Pets will arrive in December. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle made a brief appearance with gameplay footage showing the game's Japanese voice acting. A new trailer was shown for Battle Royale action game Asurang, which launches in 2025. The team behind JRPG Atelier Yumiya, The Alchemist of Memories, and The Envisioned Land shared a deep dive into the game. We saw a new trailer for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, which arrives early next year. The Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake team shared a look at a new feature, the Monster Wrangler Vocation. A Fragpunk beta was announced for October 10th. We saw a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, although no release date. A demo went live for Fantasy RPG Metaphor ReFantazio. We learned more about the new game from Silent Hill creator Slitterhead with pre-orders going live. We had a new look at sci-fi turn-based RPG Starbites. RPG series Suikoden showed off new features ahead of the launch of Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster next March. A January 24, 2025 release date was announced for sci-fi extraction shooter Synduality Echo of Ada, with pre-orders going live. Charming lifestyle game Tanuki Pawn Summer was announced. And we had a new look at 2.5D JRPG Threads of Time. It was a lot of info from the Xbox team and gives us a better idea of what's going on the horizon when it comes to Xbox games. Gotta give Xbox some credit. I mean, this was about as good as it could have went. Nothing major, not super dull. I was intrigued the whole time watching the broadcast, so shout out to Xbox. The biggest one for me out of this is probably that the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are finally on Xbox. If I can only find time to finally play one of the biggest gaming blind spots I have with that series. Number 2, all Xbox reveals and announcements from PlayStation's State of Play. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, from a Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered announcement to a Monster Hunter Wilds release date reveal, there was plenty of Xbox news at the September 2024 PlayStation State of Play showcase. If you missed the broadcast, here is a State of Play roundup of all the Xbox reveals. Hell Is Us. After 2 years of little to no news, the third-person action-adventure game Hell Is Us resurfaced with a new gameplay reveal trailer. Hell Is Us launches for Xbox Series X and S in 2025. Arcade Chronicles. Arcade Chronicles was up next, coming to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One in 2025. Arcade Chronicles promises, quote, the next evolution of MMORPG genre, end quote, with its, quote, vast and vibrant world brimming with rich lore and thrilling action, end quote. Lunar Remastered Collection. Fans of retro JRPGs will be excited for this one, coming to Xbox in spring 2025. Lunar Remastered Collection includes Lunar Silver Star Story and Lunar True Eternal Blue, complete with a suite of visual enhancements and quality of life improvements. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Doma 2 announced a new DLC pack for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. The Radical Reptiles DLC is out now on Series X and S and Xbox One, and adds Mondo Gecko and Mona Lisa as playable characters. A free remix of the game's soundtrack was also released alongside the DLC. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. Sega then gave us a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack for Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. The DLC pack, which launches on December 12th, features Keanu Reeves as Shadow. Fantasia Neo Dimension. Square Enix then treated us to more gameplay from its upcoming RPG Fantasia Neo Dimension, which was also given a December 5th release date. Dragon Age The Veilguard. With the Dragon Age The Veilguard release date bearing down on us, BioWare revealed new gameplay from the RPG that sees Rook and their companions take on a blighted dragon. Alan Wake 2 The Lake House. The next Alan Wake 2 expansion, The Lake House, comes to Xbox in October, and Remedy gave us a small tease of what's to come in a new trailer. A release date for the Lake House DLC was not announced. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. After leaking earlier in the day, Aspyr and Crystal Dynamics confirmed Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, which is coming to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One on December 10th. Fear the Spotlight. Blumhouse Games' atmospheric third-person horror adventure Fear the Spotlight was up next with more gameplay and a release date reveal. Fear the Spotlight launches for Series X and S and Xbox One on October 22nd. Dynasty Warriors Origin. Koei Tecmo and Omega Force dropped a new overview trailer for Dynasty Warriors Origins and confirmed a release date. Dynasty Warriors Origins comes to Xbox Series X and S on January 17th, 2025. Monster Hunter Wilds. For the last Xbox-related reveal, Capcom announced a Monster Hunter Wilds release date. Monster Hunter Wilds launches for Series X and S on February 28th, 2025. This was actually a decently big show for Xbox from the Sony PlayStation State of Play. Monster Hunter Wilds probably be the biggest announcement for what is going to garner the most popularity from this show for Xbox fans. Monster Hunter Worlds was, at least at the time, the biggest Capcom game they have ever made in terms of profitability and player count, so this is definitely going to be another big one. And I'll be intrigued to check this game out since last year I did get a review code for Monster Hunter Rise on Xbox. It was my first Monster Hunter game, and I feel like Wilds will definitely be more my style in terms of presentation, and easier to get other people and friends alike to try the game. Other games I want to shout out, Fear the Spotlight. This looks like a PS1 art style horror game from Blumhouse Games. Looks really cool. And finally, Hell Is Us. While I think it's a terrible name, the gameplay trailer was pretty cool. Obviously, Ghost of Yotei was awesome, but alas, a PlayStation exclusive. Number 3. Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed to February 2025. Wesley Yumpool at IGN writes, Ubisoft has delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows by 3 months. The open-world adventure game was due out November 12, 2024. It now launches February 14, 2025. In a statement, Ubisoft said it needs more time to polish and refine the experience, pushing further some of our key features. Meanwhile, Ubisoft confirmed that Assassin's Creed Shadows will release on Steam Day 1, unlike the PC version of the company's previous major release, Star Wars Outlaws. Pre-orders will be refunded, and Ubisoft is departing from the traditional Season Pass model, with all future pre-orders granted the first expansion for free. This is a huge delay, and especially given how close this game was. Ubisoft did come out this week. They are under investigation from a lot of their investors due to how the company has been performing over the last few months. A lot of this was led due to the underperforming of Star Wars Outlaws. I mean, I get it. I am a huge Star Wars fan. This game looked like day one for me, and I just didn't hear great things. And now Star Wars Outlaws has a roadmap for updates about improving stealth mechanics and such all the way through November. I'm going to sit on this game for a very long time until they say this is actually a great game and what state it's in. As for Assassin's Creed Shadows, I wasn't checking this out anyway, but now they've delayed this to 2025, the same year we are now expecting Ghost of Yotei. Not looking good either, in my opinion. Number 4. Microsoft is moving Game Pass into a single Xbox mobile app. Tom Warren at The Verge writes, Microsoft is planning to combine its Xbox Game Pass and Xbox mobile apps into a single application soon. The software maker is testing a new version of the Xbox app for iOS and Android this week that includes features from the separate Xbox Game Pass app. You'll soon be able to explore the full Game Pass library and manage memberships within the Xbox mobile app. Game Pass Ultimate members will also be able to claim perks within this updated Xbox app. The new Xbox app will include Game Pass integration alongside party chat, text chat, access to game captures, and the ability to remote install or remote play games. Microsoft and Apple continue to argue about cloud gaming apps, so there's still no ability to stream games on iOS or Android inside of the Xbox mobile apps. If you want to stream games to your phone, you'll need to access xbox.com/play from a browser. I want to include this because if you are somebody that uses the apps, and I really don't, it was always so silly how we had to add multiple ones just to play and enjoy the experience of Xbox. Good that they're finally condensing this into one app. As always, we end our show with a fun fact of Xbox and question. Do you know what Xbox's energy saving initiatives are worth? Well, credit to Oli Welsh at Polygon. Microsoft has published an update on its efforts to make Xbox consoles a bit greener. It reckons that its two energy-saving initiatives, one focused on the console power modes, and the other on helping developers write more power-efficient code, have prevented more than 1.2 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions in 3 years. CO2e is a catch-all measurement for all greenhouse gases, not just carbon dioxide. These emissions are equivalent to 3 billion miles in an average gas-powered car, or 1 billion car miles per year. Put another way, that's the average yearly mileage of about 74,000 American drivers. It may be a drop in the ocean when it comes to addressing climate change. Global CO2e emissions in 2022 are estimated to have reached 53.8 billion tons, which is equivalent to 134 trillion car miles. But still, it's not a bad saving for some video game coding tools and a console firmware update. Isn't that wild what just the little updates can do to impact even our world around us? Gotta shout out Xbox for their initiatives on that. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covering in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe to your favorite podcast service, share with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I platinumed Astrobot. What a just commitment to fun and excellence that game is. Definitely should check it out. Balatro finally launched on mobile, and it has already quickly addicted me. I don't even want to look at how many hours I possibly have in that from one weekend. I'm back on my Xbox as I continue through Marvel's Midnight Suns, still really enjoying it. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox at Brosen93. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.